Now we're going to move on to the acrylic section. Most of our dealers don't stock the acrylics, but if you know of a project that comes up, let us know about it. We'll work with you on it. There are typically 3 types of soil stabilization products. There's acrylamide gels, acrylics, and acrylates. The acrylamide gels are the cornerstone of the industry. They've been around for the longest time. They were used in the United States in the 1950s for soil stabilization. In the 60s, they started using them to seal mainline sewers and lateral connections. And today they're used all over. They're used for stopping and controlling groundwater in mines, tunnels and subways. One of the biggest projects that we've been lucky enough to be a part of was the city of Toronto. They've been sealing their entire subway system using this product right here, our acrylic gel. You can see it's just like water. It's the thinnest product on the market. Pour a little more in there. That's part A. And part B is also just like water. And that's it. And now we'll let this sit. I don't have to stir it, I don't have to do anything. So these are pumped at a 1-to-1 ratio, and it doesn't matter where you're using it. It could be outside any structure, a manhole, a basement, anything underground, because it wants to be in the soil. A lot of people say, gosh, these things dry out, how do they last? And they're right. If you let this sit out in the parking lot, it'll dry up in a day. It won't last. If it's put in the soil though, it'll last a long, long time. They used Avanti's products in the Oak Ridge hazardous waste encapsulation project. They had radioactive material underground, and that radioactive material was starting to be leached out into the local streams and waterways by groundwater. The U.S. Department of Energy studied this product. It was the AV100 in that instance, and they gave it a 115-year half-life in the soil. So it's a very long-lasting product, but it wants to be underground in a moist environment. You can see here it's become a solid, and you can make it become a solid in 5 seconds or 10 hours. You control the gel time. So for the hazardous waste encapsulation project, they gave it an 8-hour gel time. So for 8 hours, it just permeated the soil like water. It just depends on how far you want it to travel in the soil. So those are the acrylics. If you have any questions about those, let us know. I'll show you that the AV100 and the 118, I poured it into a cup of sand, and this is what it looks like in the soil. It just creates an impermeable mass. It can hold back a tremendous amount of head pressure, but most importantly, it controls groundwater. It can't pass through it anymore. So these are great samples. In fact, I like to show it like this usually. We just broke the front of the cup off, and you can see the color difference. It's real light in front and dark in back. That's because moisture has not been able to escape, and air cannot travel between the gel soil matrix and the cup. A lot of people say, is water going to be able to pass through the pipe and the soil in an underground application? And we say air can't even pass through there. Water certainly can't. So this is a great demo. Talked to a contractor, he keeps this in his windowsill, and he shows it to inspectors. He said, I've had this in my window for 5 years. It's not crumbling, it's not drying out. So it's a very long-lasting product. Earlier I mentioned our elastomer. You can use it as a coating. We created it as a secondary gasket product. You can inject it into the bell connection of concrete pipes and create a new rubber gasket, unaffected by water, unaffected by UV rays. And then of course our ultrafine cement is also available to you. Okay, that concludes this portion of our training. Please feel free to call with any questions. As you can see, we are fully stocked and ready to serve you. Thanks very much.